Okay, this is going to be a quick look at EG Electric. To start with, right off the bat, sliders kill conversions. So these sliders, every test, every study that's ever been done shows that sliders kill conversions. Second off, this does not make the website ADA compliant. It's actually the opposite of being ADA compliant. It creates ADA errors, and it also requires the user to do a second step. So if you have a disability, now you've got to click the link to continue to look at to set up the website yourself. So basically it's like building a ramp. So you go to the restaurant and they say, okay, if you need a wheelchair access, here's the hammer and nails, go build you a ramp. The other thing it does is the opposite of being ADA compliant, because the user experience for somebody with a disability is supposed to be the same as somebody without a disability. So it actually creates a disability. The only thing I'm going to look at right here is the homepage, because I'm trying to keep this short and quick. The next thing, if we look right here, the title tag, this is good, but I would put the name at the end. I would remove all this HTML code from here. I'd move the Florida's #1 electrician since 1948 to the beginning. I would probably put the state in there, the city in there as well, so you've got the city and the state. I would not use WordPress. This is a WordPress setup. I would not be using WordPress. WordPress is the most hacked platform in the world. It was cool when it first came out, but now it's outdated. It's got bad code and it's just not the way things should be done. If we look right here on this wave report, which is only looking at about 30%, that's the other thing, is these ADA compliance tools can only fix about 30% of the problems on the website. So it gives a false sense of security. You think the website's been fixed when it hasn't been fixed, and you're actually putting bad code on top of bad code that should just be coded correctly. Right there with the ADA compliance tool on there, we've still got coding errors on here, so that if somebody with a disability comes to the website, they're not going to be able to view the website. They're going to have problems. The screen reader's not going to work correctly. That's what this is telling us. We've got 8 errors, 12 contrasting errors, 102 alerts on here. All that stuff right there needs to be fixed, because it's a problem with people with a disability. The next thing is all the errors should be fixed. This thing's got 22 errors on it. It's got 4 warnings and 73 info warnings. We don't know how those errors are going to react in different browsers, so all the errors should be fixed. You should have it error free. The next thing is the page speed. You've got Coons Automotive that said that they took their website from 26 seconds down to 2.6, and they saw a 1,400% increase in conversions. If you look right here, this website takes this first content paint has to be in under a second. If it's not in under a second, then it's going to, the search engines are not going to be able to spider the site, so they're not going to be able to find all the content. So if you're posting in your blog and you're creating new content, the search engines will not be able to find it, because they're only going to spider so much. They're going to leave. They're going to delay how long they're on the website, because that first content paint, to get them to spider it correctly, needs to be in under a second. To keep a penalty, so it's got a ranking penalty on it. This right here has to be under 2.5 seconds. This is at 22.3. That's very close to what Kuhn said, that when they went from 26 to 2.6, which 2.6 is still not where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be in 2.5. But what you should be trying to get for is 0.9. You should be trying to get 100% across the board on all these. So all these right here need to be 100%. You should have your web developer and tell them, hey, look, we need 100% across here. This has to be in under a second. And this right here needs to be under 2.5. It has. That's the standards. To build the website to standards, there can't be any coding errors. There can't be any ADA compliance errors, because not only does it affect the viewer that's coming to the website, but it also can get you fined and sued. So it's $50,000 per error right here. So each one of these is another $50,000 fine. And that's per incident. So that means if I come to the website 3 or 4 times, it's $50,000 per incident, and you've got the lawsuit on top of that. So the ADA compliance stuff has to be fixed just to protect yourself from lawsuits and fines from the government. You've also got the page speed problem. The standards, the web designs, the industry standards. This is Google's tool. This, if somebody says, oh, use this other tool, this is Google's Lighthouse tool. They developed this tool. This has to be in under 1 second. This has to be under 2.5. Those are the standards. Those are the web design standards. And being error free is extremely important. You shouldn't have any errors, because you don't know how those errors are going to affect the website. And in addition to that, like I said, I would remove this slider and remove this. That code is also slowing the website down. I would set the title and the meta tags up correctly, because I mean, they're good, but they're not where they should be. And that's just a couple things on the homepage, and just fixing that right there, you're looking at, like I said, You got Amazon that said that for every 100 millisecond improvement, they saw a 1% increase in sales. And you got Cook that said for every 0.85 second improvement in load times, they saw a 7% in sales. And you got Coons Automotive that said that they went from 26 to 2.6 and saw a 1,400% increase in sales. And if this right here was set up correctly without the slider, you could actually use AI. So I would set this up into Django. The Django is the most secure platform in the world. Python is the language that everybody's using for AI. With AI, you could actually set this up so that it looks to see where the user is coming from and gives them the content that they need. And a funnel, I would set up a funnel here as well. If we come over here to the blog, and you see how long it takes on this is on desktop. You want to check it on mobile. If you look right here, this is on mobile. It's not on desktop. But if we look right here on the blog, if we click on and there should be call to actions in here. There should be a call to action on the blog. There's several things the website could do, just little tweaks here and there that would make a big difference in conversion, sales, and everything else. So the website's not set up correctly. It takes way too long to load. I mean, at 26 seconds, you're losing well over half your traffic. Google's own study showed that's why they have the 2.5 ranking penalty, is because when they studied their own ad network, they found that a 3-second load time would lose 53% of its traffic. So this website is losing way over 53% of its traffic to people leaving the site because of the slow load times. And most people search on mobile, so this has to be checked on mobile, not anything else. And it needs to be using Google's Lighthouse tool, because this is Google's tool, and Google's not going to use a third-party tool to check the website. I can go further in the website and look at other problems and everything else, but I want to try and keep this video short. So thanks. Have a great day. I hope this helps.